Good morning. This is Angela Higgs from Barron Ridge Vineyards. How are you? I hope everybody is good. And yeah, I would like to introduce a new series we want to do on Sundays. I took my lovely staff here and asked them all to pick their favorite wines. And today our first person from the tasting room is Nancy Miller. You probably all know Nancy because Nancy's been here for over 6 years. She's the longest one in the tasting room, and I really appreciate working with her. And today she picked 2 wines that are also really good wines, and it's her favorite. So this is the first one. This is going to be the apple wine, and she will talk about it a little bit, why she likes it very much. And the second one is going to be the Merlot, which is right now as it's the best that we had, from the time being, because it's already for a while in the bottle. It's matured perfectly, and she will talk about this as well. So I let you just discover the wines with Nancy. And I also want to allude to the fact that do come out, because look at our beautiful sunflowers. They're all in bloom. And we're open this whole Labor Day weekend, also tomorrow on Labor Day Monday. So feel free to come out, have a beautiful afternoon. And without further ado, Nancy will present the wines. Thank you very much for watching. Bye.
Good afternoon. Hi, I'm Nancy. Thank you, Rob and Angela, for introducing me today and for giving me the opportunity to talk about Barron Ridge wines. As Angela said, I have been here for over 6 years, and I have thoroughly enjoyed all the time that I've had working at Barron Ridge. And today I'm going to talk to you about 2 of my favorite wines. Often when people come to the vineyard, they ask me what my favorite wines are. And I always tell them, well, it depends upon the day and the week or the month, because my tastes change and the wines change, and there are so many good wines that sometimes it's hard to give you my favorites. But today I am going to talk to you about the Merlot and the Alma Ata. The first one I'd like to talk to you about is our Merlot. This is our 2017 Merlot. And I'm going to give you my version of a tasting. I don't have as much technical information that I'm going to give you today, but I'm going to give you some of my thoughts when I taste this wine. So I had a chance to taste this right as we released this just a couple weeks ago. And I took my first little sniff. And it's absolutely delicious. It smells great. You know, there are 3 things that I love to smell. The first thing is homemade bread that's baking in the oven. Nothing better than that aroma. The second is roasting coffee in Kona, in the rainforest, in Hawaii. It's an incredible smell. And the third thing is the smell of a good, deep, dry red wine. And this is exactly what I'm talking about. This Merlot has some very interesting flavors, and I'm going to tell you that it has pizzazz. That's what I say, it has pizzazz. This is incredible. It has a very nice spicy, dark fruity note up front, and then it's very soft in the finish. There are no heavy tannins in this, but it has this delightful color. And again, this delightful aroma and wonderful flavors. And I encourage you, when you come to Barron Ridge, to try this 2017 Merlot. It is one of my favorites now. I could tell you about other red wines that we have here that I would also be able to say they're some of my favorites, but this is one of our newest releases, and I wanted to tell you about this one. So I'm going to take another sip because I don't want to let it go to waste. And thank you, and we will move on to the next one. This next wine that we're going to highlight is our Alma Ata. It's our 2018 apple wine. If you've been to Barron Ridge, you probably have heard the story about how this wine came to be. Alma Ata means father of apple in Kazakh. John Higgs, our owner, he and Shelby were over in Asia and Europe during his working days with Philip Morris, and he spent several years in Kazakhstan. And one of the things that he learned was the folklore said that the apple first originated in Kazakhstan. And Alma Ata means father of apple. So when John came back to the States and he retired and decided to open up the vineyard, he thought about this apple wine and he thought about the name Alma Ata. And he knew that he wanted to celebrate the heritage that had begun by his father in the apple orchard that originally was on the property at Barren Ridge. Eventually that came true, and in 2018 we released this lovely Alma Ata. People often ask me, what does this wine taste like? You know, what is it like? Is it sweet? Is it dry? I can smell right up front, you get some light apple aromas. It's a very light-bodied wine. But I have a memory of when I was growing up. I used to go horseback riding almost every day, and we lived near an apple peach orchard. Owners were fine with me walking through the orchard with my horse. So we'd go on our run, and before we went back to the barn, we would cool off by going through the apple orchard. There's nothing more beautiful than seeing the sun come down, dapple through the leaves of the trees in the orchard. It's nice and cool. There's a breeze. I'm on top of the horse, and we go through the apple orchard, and we stop. And the horse grabs an apple, and I'm on the saddle, and I'm able to reach an apple as well. And that first bite that you take of an apple, you get that sweetness, and then you get that tartness, juiciness that comes right after. That's exactly what you find with this Alma Ata. The sweet and then that tart juiciness that comes afterwards. If you love apples, you will absolutely love this wine. It is fabulous. So today, as you think about coming out to Barren Ridge Vineyards, you know, maybe you've been isolated a little bit and you would like to come out with family or friends. Come out and enjoy our Merlot or our apple wine or Alma Ata. But maybe you have just been inundated with so many things to do and you want a little time by yourself and some peace and quiet. That you can also do at Barren Ridge Vineyards. Come and get a bottle of wine, sit out on the patio, enjoy the view of the wonderful vines as we are getting ready to harvest, and come and enjoy those things. We are going to be open on Labor Day if you have a chance to come and visit Labor Day, or come anytime. The fall is some of the best times of the year to come and visit Barren Ridge. As the time goes on, leaves will start to change, and there's nothing more beautiful than the vines turning colors of red and yellow. So again, thank you. A fabulous wine. And thank you very much, Kirk, for helping me with this video. And again, I hope to see you soon in the tasting room. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.